Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to the Q in Cleveland. As we get ready to go, our Geico quote comes from Tracy McGrady on if the All-Star break will affect the win streak. We have something we're trying to accomplish this year, T-Mac said. We're going to take advantage of this break and continue the roll that we're on. Rockets have won 8 games in a row, 8 in a row on the road, 17 of 20 and 12 of the last 13. Those are all the numbers. The only thing anybody cares about is number 1, and that's tonight. Rick Adelman got a good few days off. He was able to get the batteries going, came back and ran the team through a good, hard 2-hour practice here in Cleveland last night and pronounced everybody ready to go. Mike Brown, a disciple of Greg Popovich at San Antonio, and he just signed a new 4-year contract as the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers after leading the Cavs to the NBA Finals last year, only to be swept by his old team, the San Antonio Spurs. And he's got some old friends of ours down there on the bench with him too. Melvin Hunt, who coached at Houston for 5 years, and Chris Gent, the assistant coach, who was on the team with you, wasn't he, Matt, that won the first championship?
Yeah, there they are there.
And
Chris Gent came in halfway through the season and ended up getting himself an NBA championship ring.
Always good to see Melvin, an old Baylor Bear. Of course, Carol Dawson, when he was a general manager, he brought those Bears in all the time. All right, Larry Hughes to Ilgauskas. Here we go. 30 games left in the regular season, and the Big Z puts it up and in.
And that's a tough play right there, that pick and roll between James and Z. Because Yao's got to help on James, and Z can knock down that shot.
And Z can do it, too. He's one of the best offensive players in the center position in the East. And he'll get it outside now. Rafer Alston misses, and Gooden with the rebound. Gooden's an excellent rebounder, averaging about 9.5 a game. Ilgauskas beats Yao Ming down the floor.
What an athletic move by 7'4" Ilgauskas. Great pass and great hands by Z.
Z in his 10th season in the NBA. Didn't look like he'd have a very long career when he first came into the league. And there's T-Mac with the miss. Ilgauskas with the rebound.
Z had those foot problems when he first started playing, but he seems to have that behind him.
Yeah, he actually missed 3 games. 3 seasons, I should say. More than 3 games, about 3. It was going to be 300 games, yeah. Knocked out of bounds by Houston. But he looks a little clumsy, but he's 7'3", and he's very active and a very good shooter.
Yeah, he's very skilled. You know, maybe just you'd say a junior version of Yao. Maybe not quite as skilled as Yao, not quite as big, but still very effective.
Ron Gerritsen, Violet Palmer, and Mark Lindsay, the officials. Rebound by Ira Newble. And he lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, T-Mac was able to get his hand on that basketball. Pretty good defensive play there by T-Mac.
Ira Newble's done a good job since he checked into the lineup. Sasha Pavlovich has been out, and Anderson Varejão has missed a lot of games also. They're still on the inactive list. And Newble came in and filled in nicely for Varejão.
Yeah, in this league, you're just an ankle sprain away from stardom, and when you get your chance, you got to be ready.
T-Mac to the rack, missed it, gets it back, puts it up. He's hammered, no whistle. LeBron James at the other end. Nice pass for 2, and the Cavs off to a good start. 6-0.
And LeBron is relentless when he attacks that rim. It took 2 guys to stop him there, and that opened up Hughes for the layup. And Rockets have got to get something on the offensive end.
Scola comes out of there with the basketball. He never really got the shot off. Luis misses, so the Rockets ice cold to start the game. Houston has missed its first 6 shots of the contest. Oh, that was such a fancy pass that Newble didn't know it was coming.
So when you're a player and you've got an all-star break, you've got 4 days off, and your body's not used to that. So you're going to have some rust in your first game back. And so the guys who actually did play over all-star break, they've got to take over the game to start and wait for the other guys to get into the game.
Rafer gets a step on Larry Hughes and takes it all the way to the basket for 2. Nice move by Rafer Alston. Rockets defeated Cleveland 92-77 back on February the 7th in Houston. Yao Ming had a beautiful game, 22 points and 12 rebounds in that one. Newble walk.
Wow. Ronnie Gerritsen, the lead official, calls traveling. And the youngster, Mark Lindsay, called a foul. You see Mike Brown saying, hey, you had the foul. But Ronnie Garrettson, been around a long time. His dad was actually a long-time official too, so he overruled.
Lindsay got ready to whistle the foul, and Garrettson had already run to the other end of the court after calling the traveling. All right, Yao comes out high. He pulls Ilgauskas with him. And T-Mac is open momentarily, and Newble bumps him. Now, all of that fouling of Tracy McGrady a few moments ago underneath did not get him a whistle, but a little bump out by the top of the key got him a foul.
It's almost like once you're outside the paint, you can't be touched, but if you're inside the paint, anything goes.
That's right. McGrady steps back, that patented move by T-Mac, and he missed it, and Ilgauskas with the rebound. The Rockets 1 for 8. The layup by Rafer Alston, the only basket for the Rockets here in the first 3.5 minutes. LeBron James to the basket, Ilgauskas tipped it in.
LeBron James attacked the rim. He actually gave Yao an elbow to the chin as he was shooting it. Yao did a good job of not fouling him, but LeBron is just such a strong penetrator.
Right now, a little more intensity shown by the Cleveland Cavaliers coming out here. The Rockets aren't quite as focused as Cleveland, and James must have taken a shot to the head.
That's how Scola got James in the face, and he's just spit out his mouthpiece. He's not happy with that at all. So really the officials are really letting it go here in this game.
So he'll get a 30-second injury timeout, and there was a swipe at the ball by Scola. And that happens so much in the NBA. We see that 2 or 3 times a game.
Yeah, that's getting poked in the eye or getting hit in the mouth. That happens a lot. And you see, remember Rip Hamilton from Detroit? He's broken his nose 3 times. Well, now he continues to wear that face mask because this game is a very physical basketball game.
Some players will try goggles for a while, but they don't like them. Remember Hakeem Olajuwon tried them for a while. He kept getting poked in the eye, but he could not play with them. He said it hurt his shooting.
Yeah, I tried them for a couple games too. I got poked in the eye so bad that I lost my vision for 3 days, and that one eye, my eyeball filled up with blood, and I couldn't see. When I came back, I tried the goggles. Couldn't use them. You know, just with the lights in the arenas, you just can't really see very clearly with those goggles on.
Alley-oop to Gooden. He does catch the ball, but he's in heavy traffic. He missed it. Yao with a rebound. Good defense by Scola. Rafer quickly to T-Mac, to the rack with a reversal, and he had the wrong English on the ball.
You see T-Mac, that's a shot he normally would make, but he's just a little bit rusty off those 4 days off.
Great pass by LeBron James. So James here in the first 4.5 minutes of the game has 3 rebounds and 4 assists.
And he's not rusty.
No.
You see that little basketball game he played on Monday night, that little pickup game he played in, the one that he was the MVP of?
Scola wide open.
I guess that was Sunday night, yeah.
They're giving him that.
And Scola's got to make that shot, too, for the Rockets offense to really be effective.
Yeah, Gooden was nowhere around. And the Cleveland Plain Dealer today, Mike Brown, was quoted as saying the Cavaliers haven't played the good defense that they're noted for. There's a miss by Ilgauskas, good rebound by Yao. They need to get back, he said, to their physical defense that got them to the NBA Finals last year. The Rockets have gotten to this point with good defense. And there's Yao with a great move inside, and he's fouled on the play. Rockets are number 4 in opponents' points per game and number 3 in opponents' field goal percentage.
And you back that up with number 2 in rebounding, and that's a pretty good defensive stand right there. You see Yao's move here. It was a great move. Couple spins, put the ball on the floor, got a bump, still got the shot off. Yao normally doesn't have that much space on the block to operate. So maybe that's the defense that Mike Brown is talking about. He probably wants his defenders to swarm Yao a little bit more.
In that first game between these two clubs, the Rockets just beat up the Cavaliers on the boards. Percentage-wise, Cleveland is number 1 in total rebounding percentage in the NBA, and the Rockets are number 2. But yet the Rockets really beat them up on the boards in that first meeting.
And that's why rebounding was my number 1 key, Bill.
Yep. James with a miss. Ball tipped around. Scola and Yao playing volleyball. And a technical foul.
Technical foul on the Cavaliers, number 90, Drew Gooden.
On Drew Gooden. And that was a quick whistle. Boy, he's got beard of the year, doesn't he?
No.
You don't like
what are the parameters? Like good-looking beard or longest?
I don't know, but if you took that beard and put it on his head, he'd have a nice,
he'd have plenty of hair left, wouldn't he? He's not going for the comb over with that thing, is he? It's almost long enough. I think that would be a little bit itchy. If you get out there and get sweaty, maybe he got a technical foul because his beard was too itchy.
Shot clock adjusted to 23 seconds.
Well, anyway, looks pretty good on TV. 10-7 Cleveland, so the Rockets have done a good job of getting right back in this game now and get a basket. T-Mac turns a corner. Sets up Battier in the corner, who goes to Rayford and back to Scola. Now the Rockets have some time problems. Down to 6 seconds on the shot clock, and Rayford said, calm down, there was no problem at all.
Hey, when in doubt, shoot it.
That's right.
You can't turn it over if you get a shot up.
It's tied at 10.
So what's the diff?
What's the diff?
The diff would be 0 because they're tied at 10.
That's right, man. They're always. What's the diff right now? An 8-0 run by Houston. That's the diff.
That's what the diff is.
Rockets with a chance to take the lead on this possession. T-Mac working on Newble. Gets it back to Rayford, who's wide open again. Scola hooks it up. That would have been an acrobatic move, but it didn't go in. James to the basket, and a great defensive play by Battier. Jump ball. He just keeps amazing you with his defensive maneuvers. And again with James, the most prolific offensive player in the NBA against one of the best defensive players, and this time Battier wins the contest.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Hey, there's Rockets fans all over whenever we're on the road, and so folks, we want you to come out to Toyota Center and really enjoy this second half of the season at home.
Yeah, this is really going to be fun because the Rockets have got a job to do with 30 games left to play. They really don't have a big margin for error. They have to win as many as they can and hope that some of those teams ahead of them lose a few.
Yeah, well, there's no cushion, and when you have no cushion, you've got to win games, and you don't win games by starting off shooting 21%.
And the Rockets can't do it without the fans. I mean, they've said that. You know that at home. So going down the stretch now, get out there to Toyota Center and get in on the excitement because it's really going to be fun. Right now, the big stars in the game are offers. But the Rockets are still tied at 10. Yao trying to get on the board, can't do it. McGrady 0 for 5, James 0 for 3. Yao 0 for 2. And a whistle and a foul. And it's on Shane Battier.
Wow.
He always draws the other team's best player.
Yeah, poor Shane. This time they make a Shane sandwich. LeBron James takes it to the rim, and Yao tries to help. And Shane's right in the middle there. So he's kind of in an unfortunate situation. Yao pushed him into LeBron James, and that's where the foul was.
Takes a special person to night in and night out to have to battle the other team's best player. You know going in, you just have to mentally get prepared, don't you?
Yeah, and he's playing against LeBron James, who's almost averaging a triple-double. He's got 8 rebounds and 7 assists on average. So he has 4 triple-doubles this season, and that's just a complete player that you've got to try to guard if you're Shane Battier.
One of the weaknesses, not a real good free throw shooter, LeBron James. He's had some problems from the line, and that's why, as a team, Cleveland only number 27 in free throw shooting. Yao turns around and Gooden slaps it from behind. LeBron James back in the open court. McGrady picked him up. Foul is whistled on T-Mac. T-Mac said, now wait a minute. Why can't I get that call?
Well, LeBron takes it so strong to the rim that he gets a lot of calls. And on the other end, Yao's got to be cognizant that he's going to get a double team. Even if they don't come right away, someone's going to be digging that out. And I don't know if you saw in the background there, you saw Rick Adelman throw his hands up in the air. He knows that Yao's got to make a quick move. He can't be messing around there in the lane with the ball.
Yeah. Rockets have worked hard to get to this point with this 8-game winning streak. Trying to get the rotation that Rick Adelman likes now, plus the fact that they're all on the same page as far as his offense is concerned. And that's taken over half a season to get to find all the right players and plug them into all the right places. T-Mac to the rack, plays it up, missed it. And a loose ball foul is called on Cleveland.
Yeah, I think Yao got hit in the back of the neck. He took a huge shot to the back of his head.
Ilgauskas with the foul.
Yeah, the Rockets offense, Rick Adelman before the game said he's real happy with the way the ball moves and the players are moving. And I like the way T-Mac is not really looking to score one-on-one. He's just playing within the offense and relying on his teammates to make shots.
Scola misses. Looked like the reluctant shooter then. And Larry Hughes, and we haven't talked about Larry Hughes a lot, but he's an important part of this team. And if Larry gets going, a couple of games back against Golden State, he had 40 points right before the All-Star break.
Yeah, he's not the reluctant shooter.
No, he will put it up there, but they've got to have that. Battier takes it down. Yao Ming on the Shanghai shake, and the foul on Ilgauskas, his second.
That's a good call. Ilgauskas hits Yao on the arm as he's shooting. It's a very tough call for the official to see, but it's the correct one. Anytime you hit a shooter on the arm, it's got to be a foul. I just wish they would have called it more when I was shooting.
Dwayne Jones from St. Joseph's will check into the game, along with Daniel Boobie Gibson. Gibson also was an MVP of the rookie-sophomore game.
There he is.
From Houston. Houston Jones High School at the University of Texas. Hit 11 three-pointers in that game.
Yeah, that's he had it going. That was quite a shooting display.
Hughes to James. Jones will set that pick for LeBron. LeBron misses, and Yao with a good box out.
If Yao's got you boxed out, you have no chance getting that rebound.
No. Whistle. And a quick whistle is called. You know, it's funny. It's on Dwayne Jones. They'll let some of the veterans get away with that, but not the younger players will.
Well, the veterans know how to bump without getting called up for a foul. That time, Jones, he had an arm in front of Yao, kind of looked like he was holding him around the waist. Anytime an official sees you have a hold of somebody, they're going to make that call.
That's a 15 foul, too, on Cleveland.
As a veteran, you learn how to play very physical without making it look like you're playing very physical.
Yao doing all the hard work from the free throw line. He's 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 0 for 3 from the field. The Rockets, as a team, 3 for, what is that, 18? Oh. James tipped out of bounds by Rafer Alston. Rockets shooting 17%.
And you can tell, you can see they're very rusty after having 4 days off. It's not good for an NBA player to have that many days off. You're going to have sort of a letdown. And so you see Yao Ming is sitting down as Carl Landry checks in. You hope that a player like Landry can come in with a lot of energy and get your team jump-started.
Danielle Marshall checks into the game for Gooden. So now we have gone deep into the benches for both teams.
As the Rockets only shooting 17%, and yet the diff's only 1.
I noticed we came out of the All-Star break with the diff. Always something to keep you right on the edge of your seat. Timeout on the court, 2:59 left to play in the first quarter, and the Rockets trail by 1.
But he's a big Rockets fan.
Not that guy.
No, this guy right here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Okay, now I see.
It's pretty creative right there. I think I should start doing that. My hair's long enough to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Rockets fans are everywhere when we travel around.
Well, the All-Stars, James, McGrady, and Yao are a combined 0 for 14.
Well, just like I said, the guys that played in the All-Star game are the guys that are really going to have it going.
That's not what you said. Oops. Jones and James run together, and that could get Jones cut off the team.
Yeah.
And a foul is called as Gibson puts up the shot, and the foul on Rafer Alston.
Yeah, if your name is Jones and you trip up the guys whose name is James and you hurt him, you just might as well pack your locker because you know you're getting cut the next day.
Well, there is Byron and Cheryl's favorite booby. Boobie Gibson.
That's right.
3,000 points at Jones High School in Houston. Went to the University of Texas and just won the MVP.
Yeah, all-time leading scorer in Houston high school basketball history.
His daddy played at the U of H.
That was back when you were there, wasn't it?
That's about the right time. Battier outside now for the Rockets. T-Mac back to Rafer. He's been wide open the whole game, and that's his second three-pointer of the game to tie it at 17.
Well, Rafer's got it going. He's 3 for 6, the only Rocket who's above 50%.
Yeah, that's it. He must have been the only Rocket to practice his shooting during the break.
Rafer, he's one of those guys that if he's not playing or practicing, he's probably going to find a pickup game somewhere.
Gibson with the miss. And Rafer will bring it up.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rafer was down at his local Y playing a little pickup ball over the break.
Think so, really?
No.
I didn't think so. There's T-Mac turning around and shooting, and there's the first basket of the game for T-Mac and the Rockets' first lead of the game at 19-17. So Tracy now 1 for 6. He was determined to get a shot. Larry Hughes with a 3 in the miss. Battier tips it, and Landry just takes it away from Jones. T-Mac again taking it inside, lost the dribble.
Yep. Again, T-Mac a little bit rusty with that ball.
Foul by Bonzi Wells.
Anytime you turn it over, that gives the other team a chance to run that fast break. Bonzi just barely getting back fast enough to foul the Cavaliers on that break.
Team's first in the final 2 minutes.
Larry Hughes out of St. Louis. Played 1 season at St. Louis before coming into the pros, and drafted at Philadelphia, went to Golden State, and now here in Cleveland, and this is his 10th year in the NBA. Also had some good years at Washington.
Boy, doesn't time fly. 10 years for Larry Hughes.
And he gets 1 out of 2. So the Rockets keep a 1-point lead, nearing a minute left to play in the first quarter. McGrady picked up by Hughes. T-Mac spins inside, got the layup. Beautiful move by Tracy McGrady, and Hughes was expecting some help, I think, and didn't get it. Got to have help on Tracy. You can't guard him one-on-one. Boy, James just couldn't get control of that dribble, and Battier knocks it out of bounds. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Devin Brown will check in. The pride of San Antonio.
Got to make sure you have your shorts tied up before you get in the game.
Indeed.
You don't want to have those things floating down a little bit too low while you're playing.
Indeed. 42.8.
Back in the day when I played, we didn't have to worry about tying them too tight because they were tight to begin with.
Those things were ugly. I saw some old-timers game the other day. Calvin Murphy wore his old shorts out there from about 20 years ago, and Calvin...
That was impressive that they still fit him.
They didn't. I'm here to tell you, Calvin, you got to get some new shorts. Those things were so tight, I thought he couldn't get his breath.
Was he talking an octave higher?
Oh, yeah, he was. No doubt about it. He'll talk now. There's a block by T-Mac. Oh, what a shot. You believe that? Devin Brown just checks into the game, throws up a desperation at the 24-second buzzer, and it goes in. And it's 21-20 Rockets. 12 on the shot clock, difference of about 5 seconds. Shot clock, game clock. T-Mac steps back and fires. In and out won't go. Donyell Marshall with the rebound. 8 seconds left to play. Devin Brown on the run. Somebody got to cut him off. They didn't, but he missed it anyway. Rafer's got 1 second left. Gets it off in time, and it will not go down. So both teams a little rusty coming off the break. Cleveland shoots 33%. The Rockets shoot only 27%. But the Rockets win the first quarter. And here in Cleveland tonight, Yao Ming and the Rockets leading the Cavaliers by 1.
but we might need Drew Gooden's beard to scratch off our ticket, though.
That's right. Luther Head, after missing 5 games with a groin injury, is in the game along with Brooks, Battier, Bonzi, and Landry. Very young lineup for the Houston Rockets. Haven't seen this combination in a while. Since two-a-days. Bonzi Wells with the turnaround, got it.
You know, with that lineup, Bonzi Wells on the post is the best option.
You know, Bull, the Rockets are leading despite trailing 10-2. 0 for their first 6, 1 for their first 10, and 3 of their first 18. How do you do that?
Well, I don't know, but the diff is now 1.
Aaron Newble with the diff maker.
Well, that's a pretty ugly start for the Rockets, but they were able to keep their head. And I guess you got to play a little bit of defense if you can't score. The Rockets definitely can do that.
Aaron Brooks giving it up to Bonzi, gets a step on Newble, taking it inside and drew the foul.
Bonzi gets hit in the head more than any player I've ever seen.
Got a big knock.
Every time he takes it to the basket, he gets hit in the head.
Well, he takes it down in that area where it gets a little physical. And you know, Aaron Newble did a pretty good job on Tracy McGrady, but Bonzi got around him in a hurry. It shows you how quick Bonzi is. You don't have to be the fastest player, but he has a quick first step.
Well, and the thing about Bonzi is when he's playing with his back to the basket, he's got moves that surprise the defender. T-Mac is more of a face-up player, and the defender can kind of look at him, you know, face up and kind of get a feel for where he wants to go. But Bonzi's very tricky with his back to the basket.
Bonzi gets 1 out of 2, and that's kind of the way it's been going for Bonzi from the free throw line this season, only 65%. That's for a guy who gets to the line as much as he does. He robs himself of some points. Devin Brown from the outside, in and out, and Bonzi Wells with the rebound.
And Bonzi's a very good rebounder, too, so his production here in these last 30 games is going to be very critical for the Rockets.
Noticed Aaron has added a headband.
Well, Aaron hasn't had a haircut in a while, so I think he's trying to hide that.
Oh.
He's waiting until he goes back home to Seattle to get a haircut, I think. That's going to be a while.
It is. LeBron James outside, picked up by Battier. Donyell Marshall, good shooter, fouled by Landry. First foul of the game on Landry.
Fouls on the hook is number 14, Carl Landry.
Well, Donyell Marshall, all he can do now is shoot. He's been around so long that really he's just a standstill shooter. So Carl Landry was a little bit out of position and had to recover. And as he was running at Marshall was just able to give him a pump fake and draw the foul.
Yao Ming checks back into the game. Battier will get a breather. Ilgauskas has come back into the game. Damon Jones will check in, the former University of Houston star out of Galveston Ball High School. So we got a lot of local talent here tonight.
So Damon Jones has got the same haircut as Drew Gooden, only on a different part of his head.
I'll tell you one thing he can do. He can talk. And Bonzi with the rebound.
I went over before the game to say hi to Melvin Hunt, assistant coach for the Cavs, and he was over there shooting with Damon Jones, and Damon says, I bet you can't make a 3 from right here.
And you took his money.
Yep, I did.
Aaron Brooks with a 3.
Took my jacket off and took his money.
Aaron Brooks in the first half of the season shooting right at 30% from the three-point line, but we know he's better than that. And he's started to put some of those games together now. Devin Brown setting up Gibson from the corner, in and out, won't go.
Well, as Yao proved in the All-Star game, shooting three-pointers in practice and shooting three-pointers in the game are two different things. And so Aaron Brooks has taken him, you know, half a season to really get comfortable out there shooting the ball.
Yao got the pass inside, but it was blocked by Marshall, knocked out of bounds by, well, neither one of the officials saw it. They'll go to the outside official. None of the officials saw it, so it's a jump ball.
And the officials,
isn't that amazing? You got 3 officials, and not one of them saw who knocked that ball out.
Well, the officials try very hard to get in position to see everything, but if they don't see it, then they can't call anything. And the triangulation of that play right there, they missed that one.
What?
The triangulation.
Try this. Landry comes out. Steve Novak comes in. Rockets on a 13-5 strangulation of the Cavaliers. And look at him saying, "You sure you didn't see it?"
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, they really work hard to try to get in the right position to see everything, but it's really an impossibility to And
then Ilgauskas steals a tip.
Well, yeah. What did the old official tell you about if you didn't see it?
If you don't see it, don't blow the whistle.
Yep.
Don't think he's going to foul him. Don't anticipate something that's
not there.
Earl
Strom that told you?
Earl Strom. He was a great one, boy. One of the best I ever saw, and a great. If you were the road team, you love to see him because he
was for the underdog.
A very honest game, yeah. Aaron with a miss, tipped up in the air. Look at Bonzi come over and try to save it, knocked it out of bounds. So we have a timeout. These guys are busting the rims. Not too many of them going in, but 8:42. It's good news for Houston, up by 5. 2 left to play in the second quarter. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well, but
Chuck Hayes. But that's an excellent way to go into the All-Star break, and Novak's into the game early tonight. I like that by Rick Adelman. If your player hits a big shot, man, he deserves to play more.
Well,
and Novak's shooting 55% from the three-point line this year.
And what does that do for his confidence?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, he's out there to shoot the ball, and when he can hit a big shot like that, it's just going to make his confidence go sky high.
And he went home where he was a hero in Milwaukee and watched Marquette defeat Pittsburgh in a big game over the All-Star break. So he's had a good weekend.
And he's got a good matchup here tonight. He's playing Devin Brown, who's not a great offensive player, but as he goes by Novak.
As he goes back, and Bonzi Wells with the block.
Yeah, thank you, Bonzi.
And Bonzi with a dunk. Great pass from Luther Head. Bonzi blocks it at one end and gets a slam at the other.
Thank you, Bonzi, again.
29-22 Houston. Biggest lead of the game for the Rockets. Damon Jones.
First 2 fast break points for the Rockets right there. The Cavaliers have 10.
Foul on Aaron Brooks. His first foul of the game.
Fouls on the Rockets, number 0, Aaron Brooks.
Second team foul on the Rockets.
And here's the fast break. Excellent pass. I think that was Luther Head. And Bonzi gets up in the air. He wouldn't have been able to do that last year, but Bonzi's a totally different player for the Rockets this season.
Gooden comes out to set a pick for Gibson. Good helping defense by the Rockets. 1 second left. Ilgauskas puts it up and misses. And the rebound to Luther Head.
Good switch by Bonzi and Yao. Bonzi stayed outside on Z.
Rockets have had runs of 15-5 and 7-0. Trying to keep this one going now. Yao Ming will work on Z. Z gets a double team. And Yao loses the ball.
I see Yao's trying to make the home run pass there. He's got to make the simple pass.
Damon Jones, self-proclaimed best shooter in basketball. Just asking.
Self-proclaimed. Rick Adelman talked about how he wants Yao to make the simple pass like Tim Duncan does.
And a foul by Gibson.
The last play that the Yao had the ball, he was trying to make a very clever pass, but he had an open pass, so it would have been a lot easier for him.
Yeah, and it usually ends up in turnovers for the Rockets. And he's got to watch that.
The Cavaliers are doubling Yao. Not right away, but he catches the ball. He has about a second, and then they're coming down on him, so he's got to anticipate that. The shooters have got to get in position to give him a passing lane out of that double team.
That was a second team foul on Cleveland. Novak looking to Yao Ming, takes it to Yao, working on Zydrunas Ilgauskas, missed the shot. Yao's really rushing it, doesn't have to. Great hustle by Luther Head, sets up Novak, and he missed it.
He was long. Short or long is okay if you're a shooter. If you're off right or left, then you know that your form is bad, but long you can correct.
Bonzi with a foul. It's a non-shooting foul, the third foul of the quarter on the Rockets.
His second, third team foul.
As Larry Hughes will check back into the game. Boy, both coaches are doing a lot of substituting, trying to find 5 that work well together. I think the Rockets have had more success.
Yeah, and also you're putting guys out there for shorter lengths of time. This first game back, you tend to get winded a lot quicker. So a quicker substitution, and you can get on the bench and catch your breath.
Gooden and Novak. Gooden shoots it over Novak. Novak did the right thing. He made Gooden shoot the jump shot, but he made it anyway. (29-24) Houston. Now comes out high and sets that pick. And Luther Head will shoot the 3, way off the mark. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Yeah, Luther hasn't shot the ball in a game in a long time. You always want that first one to go in.
Gooden from way downtown, and Yao gets the board.
Gooden shot that one from second base, didn't he?
He did. Across the street. At the old Jake. It's not the Jake anymore. It's some real long name. Jacobs Field. They changed the sign out front, but they haven't put the new one up. Gooden to the middle with a miss. Boy, both teams, wow, cannot buy a basket. The Rockets 27%, 28% for Cleveland. Luther head to the basket for two, and Luther says, hey, I'm going to get a little closer.
Yeah, if you can't shoot the ball from outside, then take it in there and try to get a layup. Least you can do is get fouled and you get a couple chances from the free throw line.
Biggest lead of the game. Cleveland calls a timeout. The Rockets lead by 7, 5:28 left to play in the second quarter. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance Above the Rim replay.
A good block by Bonzi, and then he runs the court. And good pass by Luther Head for the alley-oop slam dunk. Bonzi showing that he can run the court. An excellent court awareness by Luther to make that pass, and that is tonight's Progressive Insurance Above the Rim replay.
And that's the name of the baseball stadium, Progressive Field. It used to be Jacobs Field for the Cleveland Indians, and it's now Progressive Field next door to the Quicken Loans Arena. And these two are separated by a parking garage. It's really a neat deal. Cleveland redid their downtown about 20 years ago, and it's really a great facility.
Yeah, it's a beautiful baseball field, and right across the street. And you know, I sat in my room, hotel room today, looked out over the skyline of Cleveland, and it was kind of dreary.
Well, it is this time of year, no doubt. We kind of caught a break with the weather.
Yeah, it's only snow. It just started to snow as soon as we came into the arena.
Okay, LeBron is back in, and so is Tracy McGrady. They're hoping to warm up. LeBron has not made a basket yet, and the rebound goes to Scola. LeBron James, believe this, is 0 for 7. He has 3 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 0 for 7 from the field. His points have come from the free throw line. Yao gets open. Yes, nice play. The Rockets started 3 for 18 for 17%, now 8 of 17 since. So they're starting to find the range.
And the Cavaliers are the total opposite. They started about 45%, and they're shooting about 15% since.
Ilgauskas has been about the only guy to hit a shot. He's 4 for 7 for Cleveland. He has 8 points. Yao has 9. Luther Head takes it all the way to the other side of the court now, and will set up Yao Ming over there. Ilgauskas has 2 fouls. He'll have to be careful, and Yao taking advantage of it. And Yao hits back-to-back jumpers. Yao Ming with 11 points, 7 rebounds.
Same play twice in a row for the Rockets, same result. So they seem to have found something that's working.
LeBron picked up by T-Mac. Scola comes over to help. That leaves Gooden open, and he hits. LeBron is so good at finding the open man off the double team, and T-Mac is too.
Yeah, they're both very similar. Oh, what a steal by LeBron. LeBron is just so athletic, and it doesn't matter where he's at on the court. He's a threat. So you've got to double team him no matter where he's at, and all that extra space is where he's able to get his teammates shots.
That reminded me of Don Chaney. You never could throw it over, and Bonzi returns the favor with a steal. You never could throw it over Don's head. He just always had those great reactions. Yep. You'd think you threw it high enough, but you never did. One of the great defensive players of all time.
Great timing, great length.
T-Mac with a miss.
Plus, you got to have great hands to be able to snag that ball out of the air.
Yao trying to run LeBron down, could not do it, and that's the first foul of the game for Yao Ming. Rafer Alston will check into the game, and Bonzi Wells and Luther Head will check out. So Luther got some good minutes, 9 minutes, 1 for 3, and had a big assist. So it'll be Rafer, Battier, Yao, Scola, and T-Mac.
Yeah, back to the starting lineup for the Rockets for the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Larry Hughes with a miss. Scola yanks it down. Rockets leading at 35-28. T-Mac having a nice cold night. That ball was dribbled off of his foot. So a turnover, T-Mac. Timeout, 2:55 left to play in the second quarter. 35-28 Houston.
We're going to take a look at the bullseye here. We've got a play the Rockets have found that works here towards the end of the second quarter. Now it's for Yao Ming. The ball starts on the strong side of the court. And watch as they swing the ball around. Watch these back picks. There's one, there's two, and Yao comes around. See, there's a good pick inside by T-Mac, getting Yao an open shot. Rockets have run that twice in a row. Yao's gotten the shot in the same spot both times. We'll see if the Rockets come back to that, but I like the way they work from one side of the court to the other, get Yao the ball on the move so he can't be double teamed.
And he's doing it very comfortably, too. Gets it in good shooting rhythm. Tracy McGrady, on the other hand, is 2 for 10 with a couple of turnovers, so he has really struggled tonight. And he struggled the last game, too.
And he's only averaging 14 points a game in his last 5. And so, you know, he's not shooting the ball real well, not attacking the rim. But he's letting his teammates, he's not stopping the offense, so he's letting his offense flow.
Scola is called for a loose ball foul.
So they're running Yurts, and they're trying to tell Luis Scola that he pushed off with one hand as he got the rebound with the other. Scola's like, come on, man, this is the NBA.
It's called boxing out.
Yeah, you got to let men get rebounds under the basket.
That's the 15th foul on the Houston Rockets. Cleveland has committed only 2. Been caught for only 2 team fouls. Daniel Marshall will check into the game for Ilgauskas, who has 2 fouls. They don't want him picking up number 3, and plus Marshall, a good long-range shooter. 2:40 left to play in the second quarter.
Cleveland's only got 9 points here in the second quarter.
That something?
They had 4 layups or dunks in the first 4 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. They've had just 1 since.
Brady gives it up to Battier. Battier stolen by Gooden. And Battier then returns the favor with a foul. So Battier with his second foul of the game, and they will go right back to the free throw line. Drew Gooden.
Drew back on the line, shooting 2 shots.
That was a good play by Gooden. He just reached right over the shoulder of Battier and knocked it away. Gooden was hurt in that first matchup between these two clubs. He did not play in Houston on February the 7th. I think Rick Adelman makes a good point. He says, why don't you call the first foul on that?
Yeah.
That was when Gooden reached over his shoulder.
He came over Shane's back to get the ball. A lot of times the officials miss the first foul, so if you retaliate, and that's the one they see.
5-point Houston lead in this struggle to score points. It's obvious that everybody had a good time during the break.
Yeah, probably a lot of couch time.
Yao working it inside on Gooden, takes it inside, gets it back. Lee, he wasn't fouled in. Barry Hughes to the basket, and Rafer strips him with the ball. He's got Marshall on the wing. And Scola is the trailer, and I think Yao Ming might have blocked out about 3 other Cavaliers.
Well, Yao was trying to get down on the break, and him and Gooden were having a little fisticuffs coming down the court.
37-30, they got tangled up, let's say.
Yeah.
Larry Hughes with the open jumper. 1:37 left. Got a feeling this one's going to heat up in the second half.
Well, it can't get any colder.
Well, it's going to have to, or we're going to have the lowest score in the history of the NBA.
Oh,
Rafer Alston's been red hot. 3 3-pointers for Rafer in the first half. He's 4 for 8, 11 points for Rafer Alston.
Well, and 4 days off affects guys differently.
LeBron James to the basket, throws it up. It did not go in, and Yao gets his second foul of the game.
4 days off for Rafer, obviously, he feels good. 4 days off for T-Mac, and he's definitely rusty. And of course, Yao and LeBron, they had to play in the All-Star game, and they just had a huge collision there in the lane.
Not many people in the NBA can say they're one of Warren Buffett's good friends, but LeBron James can.
Well, not many guys can say they're Jimmy Buffett's good friend either.
Well, he probably don't know who Jimmy Buffett is, but he knows who Warren Buffett is, and that means money.
Well, yeah, he's got a lot of that, that's for sure.
Mega capitalist.
You know, Jimmy Buffett's got a lot of money, too.
Yes, he does, but not like Warren. 40-34 as LeBron James, all his points have come from the free throw line. T-Mac short again. Oh, he's not even close.
He's shooting it on the way down. You got to shoot the ball on the way up.
And Battier is called for blocking, and he doesn't like that call. That's a terrible call. Battier beat him there, and that's the third foul on Battier.
Boy, we talk about 4 days off for the players. The officials here have had 4 days off as well, and when you have 4 days of not seeing the speed of this game, then it's going to be difficult to stay with it. Of course, LeBron James, MVP candidate, he's going to get those calls. You can't expect, especially here in Cleveland, that Shea's going to get that call.
Well, LeBron's all of his points from the free throw line. He has 6 points, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 0 for 7 from the field. And Battier, with 3 fouls, has to come out. And so he'll be coming in.
Yeah, Luther Head comes in, and that's going to be for scoring more than for defense. I think T-Mac's going to have to move over and guard James, and then Luther will guard Hughes.
Tracy Hughes?
No, that would be Larry Hughes.
Oh, Larry Hughes. Tracy Hughes is back from Houston.
Yeah, she works very hard for the Rockets in the PR department, and we're lucky to have her.
That's right. But she's taking a little extra break time. A technical foul is called on Rick Adelman.
Now, see, the assistant coach has got to come get him. He knows what he's doing. He's got to get the attention of the officials, but he doesn't want to go too far and be watching this game on TV from the locker room. But at some point, you've got to protect your team, and that's one of the tools that coaches have to get the officials' attention, is to get a technical foul.
Well, he didn't deserve it because James missed. Right?
That's right. That's the ultimate judge, is do you make or miss the technical free throw.
Luther Head will bring it in. Cleveland is 12 for 17, already 17 free throws for the Cavaliers. The Rockets are 8 of 9. T-Mac's got it. Finds Yao Ming. Yao is fouled by Gooden.
Man, that's a nice pass by T-Mac. He had Luis rolling to the basket. T-Mac just makes the slightest pump fake with the ball, and the help defender goes to Luis, and that opens up Yao. Take a look at this as T-Mac's coming off now. See, Luis is going along the side there. Just that hang in the air opens up Yao, and Gooden was leaning towards Scola. Those are the subtleties of passing the basketball that T-Mac is very good at.
Yao Ming, what a season he's having, averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds, and over 2 blocks a game. All across the board, and averaging 37 minutes a game, which is among the leaders. And Yao Ming with 13 points, Rafer Alston with 11. We have 29 seconds left to play in the first half. LeBron in the corner to Donyell Marshall. Scola runs at him. He gives it up. Rockets almost got it. Ball knocked out of bounds, and the Rockets will get the final shot. 16 seconds left.
Checking back into the Cavaliers, number 27, Dwayne Jones.
Dwayne Jones will check back in now, and Gooden will go out. Gooden has 2 fouls. Ilgauskas with 2, and Nubel with 2. Battier has 3. He's on the bench for Houston. Yao has 2.
The Rockets got to get the last shot here. See, Rafer's going to run the high pick and roll instead of giving the ball to T-Mac.
And Rafer will shoot it and miss it. And LeBron will just hold it up. Well, you can tell that a lot of these guys have had 4 or 5 days off because neither one of them are shooting the ball very well, but the Rockets will take a victory, and right now they lead 42-36. Stay with us. The Lexus halftime report is next, so don't go away. Just about ready to go for the second half, and it's time to look at the Chili's essential ingredients.
Well, here in the second half, the Rockets are going to have to get back on D. Cavaliers have 10 fast break points. They got to protect the basketball. They only have 6 turnovers, but they haven't been especially sharp on the passing or the dribbling. And of course, you got to make some shots, only shooting 33%.
Yeah, the Rockets lead, but can shoot the ball a lot better. You know that both teams should shoot it a lot better here in the second half. McGrady trying to get himself into this game. He just can't buy a shot. Tracy McGrady now 2 for 12.
Well, and shooting a covered jump shot is not the right choice. You got to take that ball to the basket, force the defense to play some defense, and then maybe get to the free throw line.
Larry Hughes misses, and Yao Ming picks up the rebound. That's his 10th rebound, so a 13 and 10 game already for Yao Ming. Another double-double for Yao this season. Nice pass to McGrady. Shoots a 3 and misses again. Well, T-Mac needs to get closer to the basket.
Well, yeah, and he's shooting the ball on the way down. I think I said that in the first half. When you're shooting the ball, especially from that distance, you've got to shoot the ball on the way up.
Drew Gooden with a shot. I don't think the Rockets going to have McGrady score, though, a little better clip than this, don't you think, in order to win?
Yeah, they don't need him to be dominating the shots, but they need him when he gets the ball in the offense. They need him to be ready to score.
That's the first shot of the game for Shane Battier, and he misses. LeBron James gives it up to Ilgauskas, and Yao did not come out to guard him, and Zydrunas with 10 points.
Yeah, I think this is every coach's nightmare coming out of an all-star break, is your team just seems like it's not all there. It's not quite ready to play, and there's really nothing you can do as a coach because those guys have 4 mandated days off.
Drew Gooden is called for the foul, and for Gooden, that's his 3rd foul of the game. Grady trying to hide behind a pick, gives it up to Yao. Shanghai shake baseline, hits it.
That's a good option there. I mean, Yao.
Tough shot.
Yeah, he was able to knock down a couple at the end of the first half. That shot looked good, so I think the Rockets are going to have to start running their offense through him on the post.
LeBron going to start looking for his shot more and more. There it is, and he hits. His first basket of the game.
How about that? He has 24 points playing against All-Stars. He's the All-Star MVP, and then just a couple nights later.
They don't play any defense in the All-Star game.
Oh, hey.
So I don't like to watch it.
Come on now. You know they're playing tough.
Back outside, Rafer. Can it be number 4? No, it's not. And Gooden with the rebound. He averages over 9 rebounds a game. And Gooden with his 4th rebound in this game. Scola trying to get the steal. Knocks it away. Scola steals the ball from LeBron James. Keeps it alive. Drives it inside. Going for the shot. Puts it up. And he's fouled. What a job by Luis Scola.
How about the singular effort by Luis against the All-Star MVP? Takes his lunch money right here. Chases the ball down without it going out of bounds. And then, look at this. Able to still keep the ball alive. Make a power move inside. Not travel and get the foul.
And he makes the free throw. He'll have one more. That will not be done, but maybe 1 or 2 times a year to LeBron James.
Yeah.
And not usually by a forward.
Yeah, not by a power forward.
Luis gets both free throws. So put a double star by that play. 6 points for Luis. 46-42 Houston. LeBron. Cross court to Ira Newble. Newble misses. Zydrunas. And a foul on Rafer Alston.
Now, I was watching LeBron's eyes that time. LeBron had the ball. He was dribbling. He was looking. He was scanning the court, trying to pick out which teammate he thought was going to make the shot. Now, Cleveland is a very good basketball team, and LeBron is an excellent player, but Cleveland's another one of those teams that could use 1 or 2 more shooters on their team, just like the Rockets, just like any other team in the NBA.
Larry Hughes takes it down for 2. Hughes with a great crossover move. He's 4 for 9. He has 9 points.
Shooters are at a premium in today's NBA.
Yao squares up. Checks out Rafer. Rafer trying to get the ball. McGrady couldn't hold Newble off. You gotta hold that guy and get him boxed out on your side. And Newble's working hard. 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Rockets. Now to Yao, one-on-one with Zydrunas. He misses, and the rebound to LeBron James. Oh boy! Sets up Ilgauskas. And this game is tied at 46.
Yeah, Ilgauskas is the perfect center to play with LeBron James, because Ilgauskas doesn't need to have the ball on the post to score. He's got a nice face-up jump shot, and he knows where to run on the court so LeBron can get him the ball.
Scola with a nice little jump hook.
Well, he's not rusty. He just needs the ball more.
Yeah. 8 points. Hughes, tough shot.
Good defense
outside.
by Rafer.
Alston saves it. Alston tries to get it back. LeBron, just 250 pounds. He's so much stronger. He just took that ball away from Rafer Alston. You don't realize how big LeBron is till get down close. Well, you got to guard him, but he didn't make it. And T-Mac with the rebound.
Yeah, LeBron is just a freakish combination of speed, strength, jumping ability, skill.
Scola from the wing. Luis Scola with 3 baskets in a row to give the Rockets the lead again by 4. Yeah, LeBron 6'8", 250.
That can jump out of the gym.
Was a heck of a football player in high school, but passed it up his senior year.
Well, he made a good choice.
Yeah. Cross court to Larry Hughes. And he hits a 3-pointer. Larry Hughes. T-Mac going to his left. Tracy taking it down low, draws the foul.
Cavaliers foul number 14.
Ira Newble picks up the foul.
That's a good start there for T-Mac. He's got Newble on him. Newble is not nearly quick enough to stay with T-Mac. So all he's got to do is put one move on and just go right to the rim.
3 fouls on Ira Newble. Scola, wide open Austin with 1 extra pass to Battier. How about the ball movement by the Rockets? Another 3-pointer, this time Shane with his first basket of the game.
Hey, you see Novak up off the bench applauding another shooter making a shot. Excellent ball movement by the Rockets that time.
LeBron hits from the outside, a 3-pointer. 53-52, game warming up. Under 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter as Rafer Alston gets a pick from Yao. He'll throw up a 3. That's 4 3-pointers for Rafer Alston. His high is 5.
Look at Deke. He just loves it. And I love the way the Rockets bench stays into the game, supporting their players. And anytime you get Rafer shooting the ball that well, you got to take advantage of that.
Drew Gooden takes it to the middle on Scola, and a blocking foul on Luis. His second foul of the game. We have a timeout on the court, 5:32 left to play in the third quarter. The Rockets 56, the Cavaliers 52. Rockets leading it here in the third quarter, 56-52. Let's go to the bullseye.
Well, this play here is for Tracy McGrady, and we'll take a look how this defense predicates what he's going to do. T-Mac's coming off this pick over here on this side. You see Shane's clearing out. Now go ahead and let T-Mac come off, and watch how Cleveland, they shut him down right there. Stop it there. Double team on T-Mac. So he kicks it out. There's Scola's covered. So Scola's going to swing it over here, and watch how LeBron comes up here to rotate. Let that happen. Here comes LeBron on the rotate, and one more pass. You get a wide open shot for Shane in the corner. Excellent ball movement, even though that play was for T-Mac, and he wasn't the passer to get it out to Shane. Good ball movement by the Rockets to get an open shot.
Rafer almost gets a steal. Now Larry Hughes with 5 seconds on the shot clock will have to force up a 3. In and out won't go, and Ilgauskas knocks it out of bounds.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, Ilgauskas knocked it out. The referee closest to the play called it out off Houston, but it's overruled. How can a guy standing right next to the play miss it?
Well, a lot of times when you're right next to the play, you don't have a wide enough field of vision to see it. I'm just trying to help out Mark Lindsay a little bit. He's a young official. I'm trying to give him a good excuse.
That's the worst excuse I've ever heard. The guy was standing right there. Oh, boy, you should have never gone to that referee's meeting. There's the big Manu. Boy, he made so many moves he forgot to dribble. Well, the shooting is picked up here in the third quarter. Houston 5 of 10, Cleveland 7 of 11. So that means now they're 36 and 38%.
Oh, they're getting hot.
They're heating it up.
Well, you know, I'll tell you what, Cleveland is never out of a game. LeBron James can take over an entire game. He can take over an entire playoff series if he really wants to. So the Rockets have got to get a little cushion here while the Cavs are still shooting poorly.
Good. That ball blocked by Scola. Rafer's off to the races. Rafer goes right by Ira Newble, puts it up and in. What a great play. Boy, Rafer Alston is playing with a lot of focus and intensity here tonight.
Yeah, 16 points, 3 rebounds, only 3 assists. Of course, half of them is an assist. The other player has to make the shot, but Rafer's playing some excellent basketball here tonight.
Ilgauskas with a miss, and inside, Newble gets the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, what I was talking about with LeBron James, he's also the leading scorer in the NBA in fourth quarter points by several points. So he likes to just kind of let the game go and then in the fourth quarter really take over.
Yeah, with a turnaround over Ilgauskas. Tough shot, a lot of contact. Here's LeBron back the other way. And a steal by Rafer. He was looking for that. Rafer Alston turning his man around, takes it up and draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. Rafer's playing at 1 speed. The rest of the Rockets are playing at a speed slower than he is.
He's playing at about, what is he playing, about 45 RPMs, and the rest of the team's playing at 33 RPMs. Is that what you're saying?
That's close. If anybody
so Rafer's a single.
Remembers RPM.
Rafer's a single.
That's right.
And the rest of the team is an LP. Half the people are
saying, what is an LP? I had one of those in a long time. Have you seen a turntable recently? Alston with the miss.
The only turntable I've seen recently is one that you can actually put your vinyl records onto your iPod directly.
Really?
Yeah. So you may want to search that out, Bill. I know you've got an extensive LP collection.
Yes, I do. Rafer misses both free throws.
But do you have an iPod?
Yes, I have an iPod. Are you kidding me? Doesn't everybody?
Pretty much.
Drew Gooden. Didn't say I used it a lot, but there's James. Larry Hughes, one fake, puts up the shot, missed it, and Scola with the rebound. Good tip by T-Mac. Luis gets it down the court in a hurry and throws it away.
Yeah, got to be sharp with that basketball. You can't be making those mistakes. Now, as soon as a Cleveland Cavalier makes a shot, which is something to be said, off the LeBron James pass, LeBron will have a triple-double tonight. He's already got 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists.
He has 9 assists, the whole Cleveland team with only 10, so that's one other person with 1 assist. There's a turnover again, and Scola saves it. Oh, what a game of errors here tonight, and you just have to survive it. The Rockets have to find a way to win this one. Down in low to Yao. Yao taking it inside, gives it up to Scola. Nice layup around Gooden for Luis Scola, having a big third quarter, 12 points.
He uses his body so well. He's very strong to start with, but he really understands how he can use his body to create space to get a shot off.
Luis Scola with 8 points here in the third quarter. 2.5 minutes left to play. Short on the 3 by James. So LeBron James is 2 for 10. Tracy McGrady 2 for 13. So the big stars sputtering, and I don't know who McGrady threw that to.
Yeah, see, that was one of the...
James with a dunk. The Rockets turned it over and then didn't get back on defense.
That was one of our Chili's essential ingredients, was take care of the basketball. You can't be throwing it around the gym in the second half against the Cavaliers.
Well, LeBron James really struggling. Tracy McGrady struggling. But the Rockets still lead it in this game over the Cavaliers, 60-56.
Got some Rockets gear. I don't know if they bought that here in the Q Arena, but man, they are loaded up with some Rockets gear. Whose shoe is that? Is that your shoe, Bill?
Yeah, you go on NBA.com, you can buy anything you want to, and Houston Rockets, very popular jerseys around the NBA.
Well, that jersey right there ought to be very popular for the Rockets. Rafer and Luis Scola are a combined 11 for 20, which is 55%. The rest of the team, 10 for 36, which is 28%.
Wow. Good thing they didn't miss the bus. McGrady coming off a pick. That's a called play coming out of the timeout, and T-Mac with only his third two-pointer of the game. But it's a good one as it gets the Rockets up now by 6. Maybe he'll get going. he can close this one out, Rockets could get a victory on the road for their 9th in a row.
Well, that's the way a coach can get a player going, is call a play for him.
Gooden misses, and guess who got the rebound? Carl Landry just checked into the game. He's good for a couple of rebounds a minute.
You know, I thought Landry's was a restaurant.
McGrady starting to heat up. What happened in timeout?
Well, I don't know. Either T-Mac said to himself, T-Mac get going, or one of his teammates say, T-Mac get going.
Damon Jones was over there giving him a little lip. There's LeBron James to the basket. All right, here they go now. McGrady and LeBron starting to come to the party. And Bonzi Wells will check into the game. Shane Battier picked up his 4th foul of the game.
We'll take a look at McGrady first off this pick. Same play they ran twice in a row. T-Mac knocks down 2 shots in a row. And then on the other end, LeBron takes it strong to the basket.
Where was the foul?
Well, you know, Shane wasn't too happy with the call. But if you go to the basket strong and there's any contact, you're probably going to get the call.
LeBron with 17 points, 9 assists, and 10 rebounds.
Incredible that he has 9 assists and his team's only shooting 36%.
Brady turns the corner, and now Tracy getting a little more serious about going to the basket. And he draws the foul.
Yeah, like he's telling Bonzi where he wants him to go. And that's excellent communication there between 2 teammates. Bonzi wants to be as effective as he can be, so he goes to T-Mac and says, where do you want me on that play? So in case they double team you, then T-Mac knows where he's at.
First free throws of the game for Tracy McGrady. He gets that one. That's the 4th foul on Gooden. So a couple of players. Battier has 4 and Gooden with 4.
Well, Gooden's going to get good and stiff over there on the bench with 4 fouls.
I like it. Dwayne Jones in the game. 3rd-year man out of St. Joe's. Dwayne 6'11". T-Mac has 6 points in a row for Houston, and the Rockets lead at 66-59. Biggest lead for Houston was 9 points in the second quarter. Biggest lead for Cleveland, 8. Rockets now up by 7. LeBron back to Donyell Marshall. On the drive, and good job by McGrady. Got right in the line for that steal. Landry gives it up to Rafer Alston. 10 turnovers by Cleveland. 10 by Houston. Difference of about 4 seconds. Shot clock, game clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. McGrady goes to work on Ira Newble. Puts it up off the glass, won't go down. 6 seconds left to play. They'll put it in James's hands. Got to pick him up outside. He'll give it up to Jones. And Jones misses. And another good defensive quarter by the Houston Rockets. We have played 3 quarters, and Cleveland has only 59 points. The Rockets with 66. .59 as we get ready to go to the 4th quarter. And the Rockets, of course, going for their 9th win in a row, their 9th road win in a row. And this is what they have to do now with 30 games left in the regular season. Only 4.5 games separating the Rockets and New Orleans at the top. So you got to keep winning. And you got Denver and Golden State right there ahead of you. And Dallas is only 2.5 back.
Got New Orleans on Friday. And of these 4 teams here, the Rockets have the easiest schedule of those 4 teams, the most home games and the fewest games against teams with 500 or better records.
Well, in the 3rd quarter, the Rockets shot 9 of 16 for 56%. That just raised their game average up to 39%. Cleveland was 10 of 22 for 45. And in the rebounding, Cleveland with 1 more rebound than Houston. The Rockets are 6 of 18 from behind the arc, and Rafer Alston has 4 of those 6 threes by Houston. Cleveland only 2 for 10.
We see both teams turned it up there in the 3rd quarter. Expect this 4th quarter to be LeBron and T-Mac show.
Ira Newble picked up by Carl Landry. And good shot by Ira Newble. Landry all over it. 66-61 Houston. Landry in there with Austin, T-Mac, Scola, Bonzi Wells. Landry gives it back. McGrady's all alone, and he misses badly.
He hesitated on that one. You can see T-Mac not comfortable with his jump shot tonight. He's not shooting it well, and he really hesitated when he got that open shot.
A lot of people forget now, you know, he's only a 31% three-point shooter, so he's really not one of your better three-point shooters. I'd rather see him drive to the basket.
League average is 36%.
Yeah.
So if you're a 36% three-point shooter, you're only average.
That's what he does. Now there's where McGrady makes his money. He's one of the best at going to the basket, that medium range game. He's got to start doing that again.
Yeah, it's very easy to fall in love with outside jump shots. It's kind of the easy way out. He's got to stay focused on attacking the rim at all times.
James taking it into Donyell Marshall.
Well, and there's your double, or your triple-double for LeBron James.
Yep. He's got
17, 10, and 10.
17, 10, and 10. That's correct.
That's his 5th this season and 15th triple-double of his career.
Bonzi Wells taking it inside with a left-handed layup. A lot of contact, no whistle. They don't call much in there. That's only for the strong-hearted. You get in that paint area, you got to be a man. LeBron James on the outside will pull up and shoot the three and hits it. Well, he may not be a good three-point shooter, but until the fourth quarter rolls around, he's only a 30% three-point shooter until the fourth.
But like I mentioned before, he scores more fourth quarter points than any other player in the NBA.
Rafer with his 5th three-pointer of the game that ties his season high. He's 1 away from his career high of 6.
LeBron averages 10 points a game in the fourth quarter.
Tipped outside to Landry. He'll give it up to Rafer. Rafer in a hurry. Now he'll slow down and wait for Bonzi Wells. T-Mac, nice pass inside. The big man, and Landry gets 2 and 1. What a pass by T-Mac. And Landry can convert. When he gets his hands on the ball, he's going to score.
And that's 7 assists for T-Mac tonight. So look at this pass. You see, they're trying to double team T-Mac, and Landry just cut behind his player. T-Mac saw him just at the last second. And like you say, Bill, Landry is a finisher.
A three-point play the old-fashioned way for Carl Landry. Rockets lead it 76-66. Biggest lead of the game by the Rockets on a 6-0 run. Newell looking inside. Devin Brown will jump outside now. He's got Scola on him. Picked up his dribble. Steal by T-Mac. He's got Rafer Alston on the wing. Rafer down to Scola inside. Draws the foul and gets the bucket. Louis Scola. What a second half he's having. And Rafer Alston with a great pass. And a great steal by T-Mac. And the Rockets come out here in the fourth quarter and force the Cavaliers to call a timeout. Rockets lead it 78-66. Talking about the diff.
Yeah, what's the diff, Bill?
Well, the diff right now is Cleveland's -12.
So that's the biggest diff of the game for the Rockets.
Yes, it is. Also time to check in on tonight's AIG Big Man Watch.
Well, Yao and Z both having solid games. Yao very good from the free throw line, and when both of those guys went out late in the third quarter, the Rockets have outscored the Cavs 18-12. So both those guys are very important to their team, and Z is back in this game.
Well, the AIG guys are on the road trip with the Houston Rockets. There's Francis Castaneda of the Rockets, along with Sean Kinney, who's the regional VP at AIG, Ross Dowler, Les Lapp, and John Welter. So Francis babysitting those guys.
Yeah, the guys from AIG are enjoying a great game here in Cleveland, and we're so thankful that they are one of our great sponsors.
Yeah, they were down on the floor taking pics and really enjoying themselves. Well, right now the Rockets are 5 of 6 to start the fourth quarter, man.
And you talked about how this game is going to heat up in the fourth quarter, and this is the team that makes the most shots, that makes all the right plays down the stretch. You can't turn the ball over. You got to make your free throws, and you see the Rockets shooting the ball very well here in the fourth.
And Scola gets the free throw. The Rockets are 16 of 19 from the free throw line for 84%. That's something they've been up and down on all season long, but they're shooting it well tonight from the line. Daniel Gibson now in the game. They need some offense. And the foul is called on Rafer Alston.
Now, you don't want to foul 45 feet from the basket. I know Rafer is trying to get up in Gibson's lap there and try to force the action a little bit, but you don't want to foul way out there.
Scola will come out of the game. Yao Ming will come in. Scola with 15 points, 15 for Yao, 12 for McGrady, 19 for Alston. Daniel Booby Gibson. LeBron James giving it up to Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He misses, and James out-hustles the Rockets for the rebound. Gooden blocked by Landry. Oh, the rookie got up and blocked that shot. That's Gooden's favorite shot, and it came right back to him.
It's a heck of a defensive play by Landry. What great timing.
Yao down the baseline with a hook shot. Zydrunas put it right back in Yao's lap. He gets it back, gives it up to Bonzi, and Bonzi is fouled at the basket. I don't know how Yao got the ball back. Bonzi got one right on the snod.
Bonzi gets hit in the head again. Second time in tonight's game. Yao did a good job of corralling that ball.
And Gooden picked up his 5th foul of the game.
I'm not sure this pass was to Bonzi. What a great block by Z. I think Yao was trying to pass it out all the way to the top, and it got tipped. Yeah, it got tipped. Bonzi gets raked across the face.
Good thing it got tipped. And Bonzi misses the free throw. Donyell Marshall will come in for Gooden, who has 5 fouls. Gooden with 8 points, 5 rebounds. Bonzi will have 1 more. Misses them both.
That's a missed opportunity right there.
Bonzi, the Rockets have missed 5 free throws, Bonzi 3 of them. James outside to Gibson, or Hughes to the basket, and a foul is called on Yao Ming.
They called a foul on Yao for hitting Hughes' arms.
Now on the line, shooting 2 shots.
When Yao plays defense inside, he's got to just stand straight up in the air and force those guys to make shots.
Rick Adelman getting a headache. Rockets this year have really done a great job, as we told you. They've been great in 08. I mean, they're 17-4, trying to be 18-4. And the problem, though, is when they look like they can run off and hide from a team, they let the team get back in the game. And they make for some hairy moments. And it's 79-68 Houston.
Make for some gray hairy moments.
Yes, on my head. I don't have a lot of room anymore. McGrady coming off a pick.
At least you have some room.
Way off the mark. Thank you. Larry Hughes looking for a spot to shoot that J. James got Bonzi giving him a lot of room now. Ilgauskas comes out to set a pick. LeBron goes to the basket. Back outside. Good hands by T-Mac. 3 seconds. Down to 2. Larry Hughes missed the shot. Super defense by Houston.
Couple deflections on that play. T-Mac did an excellent job of altering that shot. Defense will win you this game.
Yao's got position. Gets a double team. Over to Bonzi in the corner. Bonzi misses a 3. Now that's not the guy to have for that shot.
Unfortunately, that's what the Cavs are giving up, is they're giving up that corner 3-point shot, and Bonzi's the only guy the Rockets have in that position right now.
Donyell Marshall on the drive. Donyell with a hook shot, missed it, and the rebound by Bonzi Wells. But that's the guy to have for that play, because Bonzi has been tough on the boards. That's 6 rebounds for Bonzi Wells.
Yeah, Bonzi's really a post player in a 2 or 3 man's body.
T-Mac looking for a place to drive, doesn't have it. Rafer, 3 seconds on the shot clock. And T-Mac is fouled. Oh, what a terrible mistake by Larry Hughes. He fouled Tracy McGrady with 1 second left on the shot clock. And T-Mac will get 3 free throws. Wow. And a technical foul.
So not only does he make a terrible mistake by fouling the three-point jump shooter, but then he follows it up with a technical, putting one of the best free throw shooters in the league on the line.
So Yao will take the tee. Yao Ming is perfect. 10 for 10 from the free throw line. And McGrady now will get 3 free throws. One of the hardest things to do. Make 3 in a row.
It is very difficult to make 3 in a row.
Tracy McGrady.
Really, the most important one is the first one. If you shoot the first one well, then you've got a pretty good rhythm. But if you miss the first, like T-Mac does, then you got 2 more chances to make adjustments, and it gets harder after that missed first one. Yep.
He has really struggled from the free throw line.
Missed the first one short and right, missed the second one long. If you come out of this 4 free throw opportunity with only 1 point, that's a huge missed opportunity.
Now the Rockets get 2. He put more arc on that one, did you notice? A little more rotation.
Yeah, arch is very important. The more arch you put on it, the more chance the ball has to go in. It's just simple physics, Bill.
James. 2 Ilgauskas for 2.
You know, when you have that parabola, you get that parabolic arch a little bit higher, you got more room for the ball to go in.
Yeah, that's a subject I was able to dodge. 6 minutes left to play in the game. 81-70. Rockets by 11. Down to Rafer Alston, who'll get out of harm's way. Looking for Landry to set a pick, and he does. Now back to Carl. Carl with a sharp jumper. In and out, won't go. Yao's there for the rebound. Goes for the slam, and he's traveled. He got the rebound underneath the basket where he couldn't go. And a turnover by Yao Ming will give the ball to Cleveland. I've left to play in this game. Rafer Alston has been the man for Houston tonight. 19 points and 5 3-pointers.
Well, he's had 5 3-pointers, and what you got to do is you got to get your perimeter shooting going, and so you can knock down a 3. And then what you want to do is you want to get behind the arc next, and then shoot it with a good arch, which we talked about. And then out of the pick and roll, you want to raise up and shoot that ball with a lot of spin. And then what you want to do is you want to get downtown, and you want to raise it up, and you want to drop it in. And if you get 5 threes, like Rafer just did, that matches your season high. And if Rafer gets 1 more, that'll match his career high.
And by the way, he's got 6 assists.
So that tells you that he has been playing a whale of a basketball game.
You know, remember, the Rockets were behind in this game 10-2 at the start of the game. They made only 3 of their first 18 shots. Since then, they've shot 49%. So it's been quite a comeback by the Rockets, but they dug themselves a deep hole. Tracy McGrady's had a better second half. He's got 13 points. Luis Scola has been big. Yao's got 16, 12 rebounds, and 16 points. LeBron into the corner, and Larry Hughes couldn't catch it.
Yeah, see.
The Cavs guards have only 1 assist. James is leading the way with 11.
And that was Larry Hughes' alley-oop to LeBron late in the 3rd quarter.
Grady gives it right back. They go down to Yao Ming. Yao back outside to T-Mac.
There's number, I thought Rafer had number 6.
He faked the 3 and missed it. Yao keeps it alive. Yao with a dunk, and he missed the dunk shot.
That's all right. I like when Yao takes it strong, tries to dunk it. Looked like there was a lot of contact. Shane Battier talking to the official Mark Lindsay saying, hey, man, there was a lot of contact there.
Dikembe thinking Yao may have had a flat tire. LeBron back outside now to Gibson. Ilgauskas will fire one up. He misses. Battier with a rebound. Cleveland just can't make a basket. 36% shooting by the Cavaliers. Rockets leading still by 11. 4:45 left to play in the game. And the whistle. A foul is called on Donyell Marshall. That's the 5th team foul on the Cavaliers. The Rockets have only 2 team fouls, and so the rest of the way, the Rockets will be shooting a 1+, man.
In the 4th quarter, you've got to make all the right plays. You can't make mistakes. You can't foul a jump shooter. You got to make your free throws. You can't turn the ball over. That's how you win an ugly game, is you got to make plays down the stretch.
Rockets have struggled with free throws all season. They're number 22 in the NBA out of 30. But yet they do a good job of making their free throws to a certain point, then they go into a little slump. He gets 1 out of 2. And there's a turnover. Could be a fast break if somebody will follow.
Is anybody going to run?
Yeah, there's Landry with a slam dunk. Everybody just kind of stood by and watched.
That wasn't a fast break. That was a slow break.
Well, it worked. And a 20-second timeout by Mike Brown. And now the Rockets have bumped that lead up to 14 points. It's the McDonald's break in action. So take a timeout to text for a free iced coffee coupon.
Now see, what you can do is you can text right now, get the coupon, and then wait till tomorrow morning, you know, when you really need the iced coffee.
Can you do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Are those your rules, or are these the...
No, that's the way I mean, you can text it anytime you want. You know, you can be pulling up to McDonald's and just write that down, and that way when you're pulling up, you can text it in there and get your free iced coffee.
Then we're loving it.
No doubt.
So T-Mac now, there you see the Rockets have held the Cavaliers to only 11 points in the fourth, held them to 16 in the second. What a job defensively the Rockets are doing. As we said earlier, they're one of the top defensive teams in the NBA. Number 4 in opponents' points per game. Number 3 in opponents' field goal percentage. And they're going to really help that out tonight because Cleveland has shot only 37% from the field. It's been a long time. It's hard to score 90-plus points on the Rockets. It's been a long time since that's happened. Gibson. Short. Now the Rockets just play it smart with a 14-point lead, 4:15 left to play.
You don't want to play the prevent defense. You want to continue to attack. But last game the Rockets beat the Cleveland Cavaliers at home 92-77.
Yao with the miss and the rebound to LeBron James. He's doing it all. 20 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds for LeBron. Goes to the basket, lost the ball. Great defense, good save, but right to Ilgauskas. Never save the ball under the other team's basket. Isn't that the rule?
Yeah, that's the rule. Rafer was actually passing it to one of his teammates, and they weren't ready for it.
Yao. Nice pass inside. T-Mac misses. He'll get 2 free throws.
We talked about the last game the Rockets won 92-77, and it really seems like the Rockets have the Cavaliers' number. And then the last 6 games straight, the Rockets have held their opponents under 90 points. So that's a pretty nice defensive streak the Rockets have put together.
And even the 2 games that they let their opponents score over 100, they scored 111 and 106 to win. So they're doing what's necessary. And you know, Matt, when you hear everybody say, well, what about the trade? Jason Kidd went to Dallas today. That trade was finally completed. Shaq's in Phoenix.
Was that trade finalized or just finalized?
No, finalized.
Okay. You sure?
And no one mentions Houston in the mix. And a foul is whistled on Yao Ming.
Well,
fourth foul on Yao.
And that's where Houston can really do some damage in the playoffs, and if no one's talking about them, that's where you want to be. You want to play that underdog role. That gives you some motivation.
I go back to what Rick said when we were in Austin at the start of two-a-days. Remember, he gave the team speech, and he said, we don't care about what we're doing now. We want to be winning in March and April and in the playoffs when it counts. Now, I don't think he knew then that it would be this deep in the West and it would be this big a struggle, but he does have his team playing right on schedule.
Yeah, well, and the Rockets had the most difficult schedule in the first 2 months of the season. So now that the schedule is starting to even out, the Rockets are definitely playing great in January and February, which is, a couple months ahead of what Rick was looking for.
T-Mac goes to Landry. Landry with a great fake. Oh, Carl Landry with a double pump dunk. And a technical foul has been called on Landry.
For hanging on the rim. Yeah, well, Carl with a heck of a dunk. He's excited about this dunk. But you got to be able to protect yourself, too, as he goes in and double pumps. Now, see, Gooden is underneath him. But when he does pull himself up on the rim, now this is a great dunk, don't get me wrong, that's spectacular, but there was a couple guys underneath his feet. But Violet Palmer wanted to take the joy out of Carl's dunk, and of course LeBron James misses the free throw, so that means that the technical wasn't really valid. Isn't that in the rule book somewhere?
Yes, it is. That's in our rule book.
Wow, what a dunk.
Boy, Landry might ought to think about getting into that slam dunk next year. He just tears the rim off.
Remember, he had a knee injury in college.
Yeah.
And it's taken him a full year to get his spring back, but he's got it back at full force.
There's a block by T-Mac. The Rockets defense is just
stifling.
Yeah, just stuffed them everywhere. 87-74. And knocked out of bounds. 2:43 left to play. We have a timeout charge to the Rockets as they go for their 9th win in a row. Their 9th win in a row on the road. And Landry, oh man. 87-74, the Rockets bidding to win their 9th game in a row here in Cleveland to start off the final 30 of the regular season. And the Rockets have a tough week coming up. They'll have Miami Thursday night in Toyota Center. Then they'll go the very next night to New Orleans to take on the Hornets. They'll have the Bulls on Sunday, then the Wizards and the Grizzlies at home. But it's a tough week with the Heat. It's a little improved Miami team now.
Yeah, and of course,
Sean Marion.
Yeah, and then at New Orleans, that's going to be an incredibly tough game. New Orleans leading the West right now. Have been playing great basketball.
And T-Mac 2 of 13, 4 points, 5 assists in the first 34 minutes. But here in the second half, he's 3 of 6, 10 points, 3 assists in the last 11 minutes. So he has stepped his game up with the game on the line. Down to Yao Ming. Sets up Rafer, goes for 6, and there it is. 6 3-pointers for Rafer Alston. That ties his career high. What a game for Rafer, 22 points.
I know what Rafer did over the All-Star break. He worked on his 3-point shooting.
LeBron James answers with a 3. He's got 23 points, 11 assists, and 12 rebounds. They'll probably lead the highlight shows with the fact that LeBron James got a triple-double. Oh, but by the way, he lost the game.
Yeah, in 2 minutes, it'll be oh, but by the way, but the Rockets still have to make the right plays.
2 minutes to play.
You can't just fumble the ball away and shoot yourself in the foot. You still got to play, because LeBron James is capable of anything. There he goes.
And another 3 for LeBron.
He's a 30% three-point shooter on the season, but he's just made 2 in a row.
Double team. They go to Yao. Yao on the dribble. Yao takes it inside, missed the layup. You can't play scared. You got to go. You got to go up and take the shot.
You got to continue to play hard, continue to do the same things. Look, he's hunting another one. Good defense by Shane.
Battier is tough, isn't he? Rafer gets it across the line. 1:18 left to play. 10-point Houston lead now. And McGrady will take some ticks off the clock.
The clock is your friend.
T-Mac to the basket, to the rack for 2. Tracy McGrady and 1.
That's a huge basket there, because not only does the Rockets get 2 points, but they stop the clock and get a chance for an extra point. What a great move. And T-Mac, like we talk about, when he attacks the rim, that's when he's at his best. When he settles for jump shots, not so much.
Luther Head will check into the game, and Yao Ming will come out. Yao played 37 minutes. That's what he averages. Only 3 for 17 from the field for Yao Ming, but he had 16 points and 14 rebounds.
10 for 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
He had a 13 for 13 and a 14 for 14 game already this season.
T-Mac gets the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. McGrady with 17.
Yao may not be done for the night. He may be coming back in for offensive purposes, but
Gibson hits a 3. So that's 3 threes in a row for Cleveland.
You may want to trap Gibson. Then that would be a booby trap. You've been saving that. I've been waiting all night long.
Night for that. Oh boy, but at least you waited till the right time. I love it. Never a dull moment for you. And McGrady misses on a 3. And knocked out of bounds by the Rockets. 28 seconds left to play, and Rafer Alston checking out of the game, and he's tonight's Rockets player of the game.
Yeah, Landry's signature group, Rockets player of the game. Rafer Alston with 22 points, a career-high 6 made three-pointers. Throw in 5 rebounds and 6 assists, and Rafer has had quite a game.
Scola with a foul. Now, you don't want a foul, do you?
No. Rick Adelman over here jumping up and down on the sideline saying, don't foul, Luis. The Rockets had a foul to give, but still, that stops the clock.
Devin Brown, short jumper, got it. The score is going to really be a lot closer than it should be. And Rafer Alston will hold the ball with 4 seconds left. And the Rockets win despite Yao and McGrady, a combined 9 of 38 from the field. But this ties the longest road winning streak for the Houston Rockets, 9 games. And Rafer Alston tonight, 22 points, 6 assists for Rafer, and 6 3-pointers. Once again, the final score, 9 in a row for Houston, as the Rockets win at 93-83. Stay tuned.